bnhphotovideo.com, the one-stop shop for all your photography and videography needs and the home of outstanding customer service. Click the link in the description to check out my list of recommended products. What's up, Internet? JD Nitro here, and today we have something a little different. This is a top-down table review of my video camera, the Panasonic HC V770 full HD camcorder. This is the box that it came in. On this side, we can see some of the available accessories. On the back, a little basic information. And on this side, NTSC, because we're in North America. And now, time for a transition. There we go. Here are the contents of the box. It came with an instruction manual, which is handy. A micro USB to USB cable for data transfer. A battery. This is a 1900 milliamp hour battery. Larger ones are available at additional cost, of course. Micro HDMI to HDMI cable. A power cord. And a wall plug, USB wall plug adapter. And right here is the first issue that I have. Let's take a look at this cable. We have USB on this end, and what looks like a 9-volt push-in connector. I mean, what is with this proprietary connection? This makes no sense to me. You can plug this into your computer to charge it, or you could use the wall adapter here, which is fine, but what is with this? Why a proprietary connection? If you lose this cable or you get a short in it, you're going to be without a cable for a while, because you can't just run out to your local electronics store and buy one of these. You got to order it from Panasonic or elsewhere online. That is annoying. I mean, USB, micro USB, is the standard in device charging. We don't need to use proprietary cables like this. That's just ridiculous. It also comes with a shoe adapter, which we'll get into in a second. And of course, we have the camera itself. Let's take a little tour, starting with the front. We have an LED light here, an auto lens cover, a manual focus wheel, which we'll get into in a moment. We have a touch screen, a micro USB port for data transfer, a micro HDMI port, an AV jack. Now this is interesting. It didn't come with an AV cable, but it has composite, or component rather, AV out. That's just odd. Put the cable in the box if you're going to have the port. A microphone jack. There's a little speaker right there. We have a battery release switch. We have 4 buttons here: video playback, stabilization, Wi-Fi, and of course power. We have a little switch here. That's the shoe release. The shoe slides in here, and now you can put your accessory lights or microphones or what have you. Not a bad idea having it removable like this. However, this feels like a last-minute thing. Someone designed this, and when they presented the design to their boss is like, where's the shoe adapter for accessories? And the person said, it's gonna be removable. Don't worry, we'll stick it in there. And that's how this was born. But it goes in, it stays in, it's pretty stable, pretty secure. You have your battery slot here, your record switch. Behind this door you have your power port, Can we focus? Yes, we can. Power goes here for charging. And a headphone jack. Odd placement for the headphone jack. I mean, the person in front of the camera is not going to have the headphones on. The person behind the camera should have the headphones on. That should have went over here had they not put an AV out. Zoom rocker, still pictures button, microphone up here. This is a 5.1 microphone, and honestly, it's meh. Okay, I would recommend an external mic, which I don't have one right now. That'll be a different video. The audio quality that you can get with this, I would say, is standard. I mean, it's on par with every other internal microphone. The fact that it's 5.1 doesn't mean anything. And of course, you have the strap here for your hand. Velcro. There we go. It's a nice lightweight camera. We have a SD card slot on the bottom. It takes full-size SD cards. That's a plus, and you should use a class 10 SD card or greater. Threads here for attaching to your tripod. Overall, not bad as far as the physical design. Switching camera angles here, we're going to get into the UI. I'm going to show you some of the features. We're not going to get into all of them, but we are going to get to most of them. As you can see, the audio level is displayed here, date and time displayed here, battery indicator right here, record mode and resolution is right here. It is a touch screen, like I mentioned, and it is pretty responsive. Not as responsive as your cell phone, but responsive enough to get the job done. The automatic setting is pretty good. Okay, if you're looking for a straightforward point and shoot camcorder, if you leave things on automatic, you'll be pretty happy. One of the things that is useful, however, is scene selection, night mode, low light mode, fireworks mode. Pretty handy presets. However, it's best, in my opinion, to switch over to manual and cue things in just the way you want them. And speaking of manual, let's go ahead and check that out. So, of course, things that you expect, autofocus, auto white balance, shutter, it's all here. And that's where the manual focus wheel comes in. We zoom in here. We'll switch to manual focus. So not bad. However, this manual focus wheel, it's kind of meh. I would have preferred to see them go with a focus ring around the lens like this. You really can't get as precise control when you have to keep turning it and lift your thumb off and turn it and lift your thumb off. It's not too bad when you're on a tripod, but if you're holding the camera in your hand, it can be a little cumbersome. Another feature that most amateurs are going to appreciate is the image stabilization. You have an internal gyroscope that helps stabilize the video, and it works better than I expected. However, if you're doing a little run and gun style shooting, that gyroscope has to work pretty hard to keep the shot stable, and it does a decent job. However, you will get a slight mechanical hum on the audio. It's not too noticeable, but it's there. So if you have to amplify your audio levels, it's going to be a bit of a problem for you. The best thing, of course, is to use a separate external audio recorder. But if you have to use the internal mic, you're going to want to turn that image stabilization off. If we dive into the menus here, things that you would expect, picture settings, record settings. You have a few microphone presets, which I'll show you here. It's on Zoom mic right now. But some of these scene selection presets, you can use music, speech. They tweak the audio levels a little bit, not a whole lot. The best thing is to dial them in manually. And of course, you can set your audio levels pretty easily. I mean, again, the touchscreen is responsive enough to get the job done. For most applications, you'll find that automatic works just fine. If we go here, we can look at the record mode. You can record full 1920 by 1080p or 1080i at 60 frames a second. It is full HD. No issues there. Format, you can use the AVC HD or you can use MP4. Personally, I prefer AVC. But if you're going to be doing direct uploading with no editing, then you're probably going to want to use MP4. If we go under picture setting, we can set the megapixels. Another interesting feature is the twin cam setup or sub cam option. Now, to do this, you have to download the Panasonic Image app to your smartphone or tablet. It's available for iOS and Android. And what this allows you to do is use your smart device as a sub cam in order to capture the action from a different angle. And this is pretty cool. I thought this was a great idea. I was actually excited to try this feature out. Unfortunately, Panasonic messed up here, and they messed up bad. The camera does not record the sub-cam footage to a separate track. Instead, it layers it right on top of the main track. The only thing you can do is move this little sub-cam window here. If I can do it, there we go. You can pick which side you want it to display on, and that's about it. This is a bad sales gimmick. Another feature of this camcorder is being able to control it remotely using the Panasonic Image app. As you can see here, the video feed is being sent to my cell phone wirelessly. It's a little bit laggy, but definitely usable. And we have full control over the camera. I mean, we can zoom in and out, start and stop recording, take still images. It's a complete remote control at this point. However, there's a problem here, and it's something that needs to be addressed. When you are using the remote feature, the display on the camera turns off. If you tap on it, it says that it is under smartphone control. Now, shaky camera, sorry. And this is a huge problem because if you want to be in front of the camera, maybe you don't want to look down at your phone. For whatever reason, you would prefer the viewfinder to be on. But you can't have it on. There's no way to change it. I've looked around through the settings. I even called Panasonic because I thought there was something wrong with the camera. Nope, they designed it that way. That's a problem in my opinion. This camcorder also features a 50x digital zoom, which is not bad. I was actually surprised by that because normally digital zoom is not good. But this one is actually okay. It also has a 20x optical zoom, which in my opinion, you should use optical zoom over digital zoom. Yes, every time. But the 50x digital zoom is decent on this one. One thing that I found surprising about the V770 is its low light performance. It's actually pretty good. As you can see here, I'm shooting in low light mode and it works better than I expected. It's better than most camcorders in this price range. Of course, it's not as good as a DSLR, but let's keep things in perspective. This is a camcorder on the upper end of the consumer side, not the pro side. Overall, the Panasonic HC V770 Full HD camcorder is a good camera for the money. In spite of the problems with the image app, it's a good, solid, reliable camcorder. And when I say reliable, I mean I dropped it. It was by accident. I knocked my tripod over and it hit the floor. It landed on this side and I freaked out. However, it's just fine. Still working, no problems with it. I really think this camcorder is best suited for the hobbyist or the amateur YouTuber like me. If you're a professional videographer or a YouTube pro, you're not going to be happy with this as your primary camera. However, it would make a fine addition to your video equipment. So the bottom line for this camcorder, I give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I would recommend it, again, to the hobbyist or amateur YouTuber. It's also worth noting that there are two other models of this camera. The HC WX970 and the HC VX870. Now, the difference being those two are 4K camcorders, and one of them has the sub-cam on the LCD screen. Should you shell out the extra money, though, for 4K? That's completely subjective. I mean, it depends if your computer can handle publishing 4K. It depends if you really want 4K. In my opinion, I would say not yet. I don't think 4K is the way to go at the moment because something better could be right around the corner. But like I said, the bottom line for this camcorder, 7.5 out of 10. It's a definite buy. And that does it for this kind of awkward style video. I am JD Nitro. Liking, commenting, and subscribing the official order for doing things. And as always, thanks for watching. Finger time.